Hi friends, I am Ram and I am working as a SAP Senior FICO Consultant. Coming to topic, Real-Time SAP FICO Workshop. Now everyone will get the doubt that I have already taken FICO course. What is the use of this batch? Why should I join in this batch? Exactly what is the motive of this batch? Why I have started this batch? Guys, if you are preparing for interviews or struggling in interview, then this batch is only for you. We will discuss all real-time concepts which will be helpful you to clear the interview or survive the job, because in FICO course you will get only theoretical knowledge. Nowadays, that knowledge you can get in Google or YouTube also. But in interview, interviewer will ask you questions on based on the real-time experience as you mentioned in your resume. Let's see what are the topics I will cover in this batch briefly. Yes, these are the topics I will cover in this workshop. Let's see one by one. Then you will get the knowledge, more knowledge. Yeah. First one, project landscape. One type of projects. Exactly. What is the landscape of the client? What type of projects you worked on? You need to mention in your resume, right? I have worked on one implementation or one support project. Then you should know what is the implementation project. What are the roles we will play in that implementation or support project? How many projects you worked on? These type of questions definitely interviewer will ask you, right? We need to able to answer these questions. Next one, S/4HANA major changes. Nowadays, if you see every company, if they are implementing the SAP, they are simply going for S/4HANA only. Then in your FICO course, either you will get the ECC or S/4HANA, whatever learning. What are the major changes coming to FICO? What are the major changes in S/4HANA compared to ECC? Sorry. Yeah. What is the fearing and how to use fearing in S/4HANA? Because if S/4HANA client, then users will use only Fiori screen, not SAP GUI screen. Then how to use the Fiori? Because in Fiori, like in SAP, we will use the transaction codes to open anything, or we will use the path. But in Fiori screen, there won't be any path or there won't be any transaction code. There we will call it as applications only. Then how to find out the applications for every transaction? That is the main thing. Next thing, master data creation. As you all know, every client will, every client, maybe you don't know, every client or every mm, project, if you go for any project, they will activate master data governance. In real time, definitely they will activate master data governance. Like whatever, if you want to create any master data, customer or vendor or GL, in our coaching, we will create ourselves in the test system. But in real time, we won't create that master data. User only will create. But if you activate the master data governance, then it should go for approvals. That is nothing but governance only, right? It will go for approval. Workflow, there will be some workflow. Then how to create or change any master data in Fiori? Because users will do anything in Fiori only. What are the applications we can use to change our creation of master data, like for supplier or customer or GL? Exactly what is meant by MDG change request and how approvals will trigger. Next thing, P2P cycle. This is the damn question you will get in your interview. Either interviewer will ask you, tell me about end-to-end P2P cycle. Or what are the configurations covered in FIMM integration? What is two-way matching or three-way matching? What are the journal entries covered in P2P cycle? Like this. But in my course, I will tell you all the P2P end-to-end cycle from the purchase requisition to the reconciliation with the real-time scenarios, not from any textbooks, with the real-time scenarios. Next thing, APP, including DME and BCM. For example, I think you guys might know APP configuration, FBZP, and once after all configurations, you will go for F00. You may be created some payment proposal and you have run some payment run also. But in actual scenario, after payment run, then how that payment file will trigger to the bank? What are the configurations? What is exactly DME structure? How to link the DME structure to the payment methods? How to activate the BCM? BCM is nothing but bank communication management. What is the use of BCM? How the approvals will trigger after maintaining the BCM? If any file is going from SAP to bank, then we will call it as outbound file. If any file we are receiving from the bank, then that is inbound file. How to check that outbound or inbound file? If you in real time, we will get so many tickets, so many incidents regarding this bank payments only. If any payment was rejected, if any payment file was not gone to the bank, then how to check that outbound file? If any payment was rejected by the bank, then how to check that inbound file? What is the path to check? These are the topics we will cover. And AEC acquisition through project. Normally, everyone maybe in your course, you may be got the knowledge about AEC, asset under construction, or I don't know. In real time, AEC definitely AEC acquisition will be through project level only, because we cannot directly create a AEC. We can create, but in real time it is not a good advice. That's why every client will follow AEC through project level only. Then if you create AEC through project level, then how to settle the project expenses to AEC every month end? Because all the expenses we have booked against project, then we need to settle those expenses to the AEC, right? Once completion of the AEC, then how to settle the AEC assets to the main assets? This is the main thing. Next thing, month end and year end activities. Still, I have one doubt. Maybe this is correct or not. What I'm thinking, 50% of the students exactly don't know the difference between end user and consultant. What end user will do? What is the part of consultant? What is the role of consultant? In month end and year end activities, what are the activities covered in month end? What are the activities covered in year ending? What is the role of FICO consultant in month end or year ending activities? Because this is also damn sure question in your interview. Interviewer will ask you, did you work on any month end or year ending activities? Then we need to be able to answer that question. Once we know the exact real-time scenario, then only we can able to answer that one. Next thing, validations and substitution. What exactly meant by validation or substitution? How to create validation rule or substitution rule? Why exactly business will follow this validation and substitution? What is the need? In validation or substitution, if business want to add any customizing fields, then how to add? By using the set or user exit. Next thing, ticketing tools. Because if you mention you have worked on one or two support projects in your resume, then definitely interviewer will ask you, the next question is, in which ticketing tool you worked on? If you mention any ticketing tool, you should be aware of that ticketing tool. Because in ticketing tool, we may find lot of fields. How to change the fields all, either status or technician or group or domain, everything. Issue type, issue category, priority, everything we can see in ticketing tool. Then we need to be able to answer all those questions. How to use the ticketing tool. Apart from the incidents, you can find out you may receive service request or change request. What exactly service request or change request? How to move these changes, either service request or change request, from the development to client. What is the structure? Next thing, real-time scenarios, real-time incidents. In an interview, if your interviewer definitely will ask you, could you please tell me any critical incident you worked on? Then we need to able to answer those questions, because once you got the real-time incidents, then only you can able to. Otherwise, whatever incidents you got from the coaching institute or from the books or some YouTube channel, those might not be critical incidents. But in this course, I will tell you critical incidents which I am worked on in my project experience only. In interviewer, he will ask you about this one also. Did you work on any incident with the ABAPA to debug and to find out the root cause? Next thing, enhancements. What exactly enhancement? I think no institute can explain or can discuss about this enhancement or rise of object. They will simply told you about what is the rise of, why institute or why business will use this one. But in my course, this is the main thing. You can search in every institute. No one will teach about this one. I am damn sure that I will explain you enhancement objects with FSD, with the logic. Actually, whatever the enhancements I am going to discuss about in this batch, those are real time only, which I worked in my earlier projects. All, whether I will explain 2 or 3 enhancements with the FSD with the detailed logic also. What is exactly meant by enhancement? Why client will go for enhancement? How to understand the business requirement? What is the FSD? How to write the logic for as per the BRD? BRD is nothing but business requirement document. How to work with adapting for rise up objects, because ultimately once we completed the FSD, ultimately we need to work with the ABAPR only to complete that enhancement or rise up object anything. I will explain this topic with the real-time enhancements, not any simply not any theoretical knowledge. It should be a practical knowledge. This is the brief introduction about this workshop. One thing I can surely tell you, we will help you from the resume preparation. We will take some mock interviews and we will help you to crack the interview. That is the main motive for this batch. I hope if you are looking for interview or if you want to crack the interview your own, if you want to survive the job, then please join this batch. This is only for you. If you already completed the FICO course and if you are looking for real-time experience, then this is the correct one. Please make use this one and please join and get the real-time knowledge. Thank you. Thank you so much.